All right, we're live again in Doomsday's Krypt. We got a special guest that just jumped in with us, the legend Nick Benson. Worked on movies such as Tremors, The Blob, Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, right?
Yeah, 4.
Yes. I always have 5 in my head. I got Beatrice all in my mind.
That's okay.
Welcome so much, Nick. It's an honor to have you here. Anthony Greco, Fantasm promoter.
Hello, everybody.
A thrill as always, Anthony. I'm just kidding. And it's great to have my good friend, T.B Retro Customs, Thomas Bruce on, who's been doing some really cool items on the Doomsday's Krypt table. He does some cool stuff you got ready to show, I'm sure. And yeah, this should be a fun show. We got quite the group here. So welcome everybody, and welcome anybody in the chat. And all right, we'll start off with Nick, why don't you tell anybody who happens to not know the legend, tell them a little bit about yourself and being a fan.
I don't know about legend. I'm just kind of a dude that hung around and.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to boost your ego a little, man.
No, man, come on. I don't need any help carrying it.
I'm just kidding. Well, he's got that slick setup. Maybe he'll play us a tune if Facebook don't take it down. But we talked about that. We might be in big trouble for that. Welcome, Nick. And welcome, Tony, and welcome, Thomas. It's thrilled to have you guys on. Always fun to be doing this road to Fantasm that we got going on. I'm ready for that Missouri trip to Florida, and we're going to rock the house of Phantasm. Tony.
You put some miles on that vehicle, man.
It's the minivan, and, Michael Myers is always my sidekick driving. I get some looks with that Michael Myers bus driving in the passenger seat. I've seen people jump about 5 feet at night when they're walking by it and they don't realize it's in there. It's hilarious. But let's start off this way. I know, Thomas, I got a lot of questions for you to show, showing these magnets and boxes. But Anthony, why don't you tell us what's going on with Phantasm? There's a lot of big news. We just had another huge announcement. Obviously, Nick Benson's going to be at Phantasm as a guest, but why don't you tell everybody who we just announced if they haven't heard yet?
I know you're happy about it. We got Tyler Mane coming, Rob Zombie's Michael Myers. I know he's one of your favorites. I know you love that. You always like to bust my chops on it. But yeah, he was a latest announcement. It was just yesterday. So, we're happy to have him. And, obviously, Sabretooth, he was a great Sabretooth in X-Men. He was in Troy, professional wrestler. But I knew you'd be excited when you heard he was coming. So did
Phantasm do this just for Doomsday's Krypt?
No,
I'm joking.
It's an added.
It could have made me feel good.
Yeah, we knew it'd make you feel good, but no, it was not. It was coincidence that you happened to be the Rob Zombie Halloween fan. So, but yeah, he's there with rounding out
like he's the only fan, the one fan.
What's that?
I'm messing with you, man. Like he's the one fan. He's the one.
I bust with him all the time.
Just because people bust chops over that one.
As long as we don't talk Resurrection, I'm fine talking any Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I don't talk that abomination. I did a stream last night, and Miss Amy Cody, the actress, decided to bust my chops and bring up Resurrection, and I couldn't sleep last night after she did that. I was really upset, very upset about that. Oh, we got Cody Huskins Horror Studios. Good to see you. We're sitting here with Nick Benson, Thomas Bruce, and Anthony Greco. So there's so much you got going on for Phantasm that's getting announced regularly and that you've been announcing. We got Beatrice Bupley coming. You got Arian Armstrong. You got Chris Durand. You got Don Shanks. I mean, the list goes on. Mike Christopher, who's been on. What's that?
Chris Nelson.
Chris Nelson. Yeah, I'm excited about Chris Nelson.
So, Nick, and he's right up your alley, Nick.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chris is talented.
Yeah, Eugene Clark. We've got, like you said,
Land of the Dead.
Yeah, Land of the Dead. He's always fun. Everyone loves him. He's a great guy. So.
I hadn't watched Land of the Dead in a while. I put it on yesterday. I forgot how much I loved it. And he is really a great zombie. You don't hear about Land of the Dead like Dawn of the Dead and stuff. And, there's some legends that stick out, but I think he's the one main zombie who's just kind of lived through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. He was great as a zombie.
He carried on what they started with Bub with the actually being able
the evolving.
to do together and evolving. Yeah, so he was the next evolution of that idea. So
yeah, I loved it. I'm looking forward to meeting him, and obviously I put him on the art piece that I got, or Michael Toth did. So Thomas Bruce, what do you got cooking up for the Doomsday's Krypt table? I know we got quite a few things. You've been busting ass.
I got
big
so much
fan of your work.
Yeah, I got so much stuff that I don't even know what to do with.
Open up some of that box.
Well, you got some handy you could show everybody, because you do some really, really cool items that are affordable. So anybody who come into Fantasm, these are going to be on the Doomsday's Krypt table. And or don't you have anything handy?
Oh no, I got lots of stuff handy. We had purpose starting this because the big stuff you guys have there, they're pretty expensive. I don't know how you have that sells for you, because that's why I started doing the smaller stuff. I like to do the bigger stuff, but I don't think I'll be able to push it as fast. So, I started making these, which you already know, these VHS goodie boxes. And they also come with a necklace. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that comes with them. The box opens up here. Got the VHS magnet in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's actually a whole magnet. And then it actually comes with
the Elm Street sign. I love the Elm Street sign on the top too.
The keychain. It comes with the little VHS magnet in here.
And those magnets are super powerful. You saw those at the last event.
They're super powerful. But then, it also comes with, you got, some stickers, some other magnets in here. You got some other magnets, and then Doomsday's Krypt, and then a few other stuff in there.
Got to throw me in there,
Oh yeah, they're in there. And then, I can't forget on the main back though.
Those are awesome.
Right on the back.
Those are really cool, man. I love it.
But these are multiple ones. There's about 12 of these that I made. But I also have a couple Michael Myers ones. A few other ones here. I won't open them all up here. I'll just show you yours here though. But this is the Halloween 5 one. It's basically the same thing. Keychain, the magnet. They're all pretty much the same. Different stickers, things like that.
So cool.
H2O.
That's great. There's such great table items. Anthony, you saw them, and those were probably the hottest item I had on the table. I bought a box of stuff. I'm like, just make a whole bunch of stuff and.
Well, it's your presentation. It's an outside the box thinking of how to market an item.
Right.
It's
Well, see,
everyone, magnets, stickers, all that kind of stuff. But your presentation of them to make them look like the VHX box.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. This is how it's going to be on his table. It'll be on these stands, and each one will come with one of these necklaces too.
That's so awesome.
So I think, nobody's doing this there. It's cool. They're going to see all these standing up out there.
Beatrice is going to be after one of those, I can tell you.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get one of these signed. But like I said, they all come with the same thing. A couple of them might be a little different here and there, but for the most part, the necklace and all that.
I figure it'll be a great piece for that. It's going to be limited. It's only going to be on the Doomsday's Krypt table,
right?
And it'll be a great collectible item for Beatrice to be working those wrists and signing all them autographs at Fantasm.
Right.
And it's going to be a one of a kind, really collectible. There's Beatrice now. We were just showing the VHS box.
We were just talking about you. Your ears were burning, weren't they?
We got the Freddy glove on there.
Yeah, the Freddy necklace on there. And each box will come with one. So
yeah, she'll love that.
Yeah. We got a bunch of stuff to really make her area pop. Really.
Yeah. Happy. Here, even these, I got big VHS magnets.
Oh, those are so cool.
These are actually big. These are the bigger ones.
Well, think how strong that would be on your fridge.
Oh, they're super.
You can open it. It's going to be the new fridge handle. You can just put it on there and open your fridge with it.
It's not just a 5-inch magnet or whatever. It's 5 inches and 1.5 inches thick. You know
right,
what I mean?
Right. Here, see how thick.
Yeah,
they're super strong. Yeah.
So cool.
Those went so well on the table. People loved them. Between that, the keychains that you do, they're just great affordable items that people love. And even those bigger magnets are great autograph pieces, because I know you're doing Halloween for Halloween 5, Nightmare on Elm Street 5,
Yeah, I have. And actually, for the next one, for is it Crypticon?
Yep. We got
This
Krypticon
one's not made yet, but this is the box to it. This is what it looks like. It's not done yet.
Mhm.
But and then you was talking about, and then Dawn of the Dead ones. Same thing. It'll have the keychain, magnet. All of them will have some sort of necklace or some kind of keychains too, with stickers too. When I finish them.
They really are fantastic table items, man.
It's such a great package. It's so cool that all that's in one.
That'll come here.
So awesome.
We know that guy's gonna like it. Mike Christopher's gonna be all over it. He's gonna love those. He loves seeing it. He'll be like, "Is that what's his saying?" You like to say, "It's me," or "That guy scares me."
No, that guy scares me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He cracks me up. He's such a funny dude.
Well, I don't want to step on your if you were going to show him or anything, but Thomas has done these for us.
So you know what? Yeah, I actually have a whole box more for you coming with 5x3, and I actually threw like 70 stickers in the box too for Phantasm.
Well, we got the keychain and the magnet that'll go in the VIP gift bags as well, and then we'll have others available if people want them as well. So we appreciate that.
Now you're welcome. I said I got a bunch more coming. I'm actually shipping it out tomorrow.
No problem. So cool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
And let me tell you, anybody that orders from you, you're super fast. You turn around.
Oh yeah. If I say I'm going to do something, I get it done. You can ask John here. I don't play around. Yeah.
The first time I talked to him, I go, "Yeah, I'd like to get a few things." The next day, he's like, "I've been working on this and this and this." I'm like, holy crap, man!
I can tell you right now, we're going to be talking after the show. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's like, awesome. I'm going on a vacation, but I'll get right back onto it. And it's like, relax, man.
Appreciate They're great items for conventions. He's already got them on like the Sawyer Massacre, on their Indiegogo campaign. They're just great items that you could do so many cool things with. And market with. Yeah, those are great. Oh, those are the Sawyer Massacre ones. Those are.
Yeah, I mean
how cool is that?
And then I made a few of these too. Also. So.
Very cool.
Same thing. Super strong.
Your kids' papers aren't going to fall off the fridge. That's for sure.
No, they don't. No, at all. I use the best. Yeah.
You guys got to check out this magnet I got. And you try to pull it off the fridge, and there goes the whole door. The whole fridge falls over.
I drive my wife crazy with all the magnets on the refrigerator. I have it all filled up with all kinds of stuff.
My dad was playing with those things for hours. Every time he had a chance, he's just, "Look at these, Johnny. Look at these, Johnny." He's like,
all you hear is the clicking, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
This thing's, wow.
I got these too. 3D printed keychains for also Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
These like the VHS. It's a
basically. Where's the 4 love? I'm feeling the 5 love, but where's the 4 love?
I know. You know what? I didn't even think about it. We're gonna get some 4. I say let's get some 4.
I got them all coming.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I gotta have something around here.
we planned for everybody coming, so
I'm sure I know that's definitely going to Beatrice's booth. That's for sure.
Yeah, Beatrice, I got a lot planned for her to really look good in her area. That's she's gonna be Freddy crazy over there, and I'm working on a few more things too. Here's actually Mike did a great hawk also that will be presented to Beatrice Bupley. I wish I had it handy. Actually, Mike, if you're around, you want to come up, we can show it too. He did that. I know you've seen it, Thomas, right? I know Tony's seen it. He did a hawk with the Freddy glove going across it and like a rosary going down. Really cool, really cool.
It was like the glove, like the hockey mask. Then you had the glove and like the rosary bead with the cross. It was cool. So yeah, I know you got the Nightmare shirt on, Nick, but
this is actually from a COVID campaign that Lisa Wilcox started.
Awesome.
Stop the Nightmare, and we did like it's like a PSA.
We did. I didn't even read
Robert, myself, Lisa, Brooke. There was like 9 of us that did the PSA.
That's awesome.
Beatrice is telling you, Nick.
Read that.
I know. I see that. That's what I was saying. She's getting all the love right now.
You know, that's sad too. I have nothing for 4 around right now. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I see how it is. That's okay.
I know.
That'll
B
take you
deserves
what?
B's
Four-
way better looking than I am.
Well, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember as a kid I watched it in the movie theater. Part 4 was actually the first Nightmare on Elm Street I saw in the theater, and then
Oh,
I
wow.
seen Nightmare on Elm Street in the theater at Part 5, and I had a buddy for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5 where I saw it before anybody else in the theaters in my town. So that was always cool. And yeah, I'm excited about Beatrice because she was my favorite character in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and then getting to know her. She's one of the nicest people. People are going to love her at the event. They're just going to love her. She's so nice.
Yeah.
But you got you have those Jason ones that you did with the
ones that you requested.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by
sitting
stuff.
at a table.
Oh yeah, you know I do.
These are really, really cool. These are great items.
I'll show you. You know, believe it or not, this is one of my favorite ones. Even though it's the Imposter, you know, I still really like this.
Yeah.
Killer. Killer.
I know. Okay, you know, I'll be buying this mask from
I got Tom Morgan to sign mine where I don't know where the hell I put it. I know it's somewhere behind me. But I know you're a big fan of that Part 5 mask I got that's on the bus too. Tony's like, don't have him sign on the front, have him sign on the inside. He insisted because it came out beautiful.
Brilliant finish on it. It's got the right shape. It's so good.
That's the Uber Jason.
Yeah.
Wow.
That John wanted.
That's really bitching.
Yeah.
Like we said, they're all, you know, they all have their own mask and their own background from the movie. Everyone, I think I have 9 of them. I didn't do the first one yet. I have to think of something for the charm for, I think he was saying use Mrs. Voorhees' head.
Or her hunting knife.
Or a knife or a tombstone.
She had the little hunting knife.
Yeah, that would actually, that would be actually not too bad. But then here I got this one here. It's different on each side.
I have that original I Love New York poster.
Yeah, I realized too someone made a black version of it. I thought was pretty neat too. I don't know if that's custom or if they ever did that, but
black version of what? The poster?
The poster, yeah.
Yeah. No, I got one. My uncle owned a theater up in upstate New York when that came out in '89. He was the manager there, and I've got the original theater poster, the one that got recalled.
Yeah, I wish I would have grabbed them posters. When I used to go to the video stores as a kid, I lived in the video store, and those posters were everywhere. I really wish I would have grabbed them then. Didn't think about it until I got a little older.
Yeah.
But I'll show you guys another one here.
Then if you knew people that ran a video store, when the video store posters and stuff came, and the little cardboard masks or
they give those things. Those are worth big money now if you have those actually. Yeah. Potato Head Jason. As it turns around here.
I love Sackhead Jason. I mean, he's getting more and more love. I think people are more
appreciating the Sackhead. But like I said, they all have their own mask. Show you guys one more here. This was actually pretty cool. This one here.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, even though that's my least favorite movie, but it's still pretty cool.
Mine too.
Yeah, I mean, it had the best ending in the franchise, except it was the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
That's another one I saw in the theater, and I just remember being so sad when I walked out.
I know when it happened. Yeah,
but you know, with the fan, different. I don't want to give it overall. I mean, I get where they were trying to go, and for fan films, it's actually worked out for a lot of these creators that they can work on a story because there was so much missing to it. So I give them a lot of credit for that. Hey, Bitnova, good to see you. I saw you earlier today. Okay, past this, ladies, bedtime. Good night, gentlemen. Can't wait to see you in August. We cannot wait to see you either, Beatrice. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Kruger, Beatrice Bupley. You're going to see her at Fantasm Orlando with Nick Benson also. And TB Custom, Retro Customs, Thomas Bruce's items on these tables. Like I said, these are great. I love these items. I needed these items for my tables. I know you know that, Anthony. I needed those affordable, cool items, and meeting Thomas Bruce has been a blessing to have them. because a lot of my stuff is more extravagant, and some of it's more just to kind of showcase, and to have these items and so many cool items, and the way we do it, where he's such a great dude that, okay, this guy's announced, now Tyler Main's announced, we're gonna have, Rob Zombie '07 Halloween and the sequel too, so that'll be great. And here he is, Mike Camp Crystal Cabin 6. He's the one who did the Beatrice Buckley Hawk, the Amanda Kruger Hawk we were talking about. Welcome,
Hello,
Mike.
boys.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
I hope I'm not. I don't have any headphones for this, so if I'm echoing, I hope not.
Oh, you're fine. You
Okay.
sound
you're
good,
good.
but are
Yeah,
you going to
great.
turn on your camera and show us that sweet hawk you did for Beatrice?
Yeah, I'll get to that. I just got home from work. I'm just cracking a beer and Hello, Thomas, my man, Nick.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, you know what?
Oh, man.
I'll be right back too.
All right, sweet.
Oh, he's out of here.
He got
He's leaving
something.
the stream.
Uh-oh.
Mike
Yeah,
said
doing-
here he went to go get one.
How we doing, Anthony?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, brother.
Been a little bit since we spoke.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I went broke. I didn't declare bankruptcy. No, I got I was looking into a job, a full-time job here for a couple of months, and a position finally opened up for me there. So I got fortunate last week, and so I have 22 years of experience in the business. So I went in there and they bumped me from 20 hours to 40 hours in one day because I just destroyed it. So. Yeah, that's where, but it's been I've been ups and downs, depressed here and there, but other than that, I mean, just for money, but I made it out of there and a new chapter, so.
Well, start a new chapter, like you said.
Well, keep doing what you're doing too.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
the Hawks are fantastic. I mean, you do amazing work. He really does.
My only issue was I didn't have any extra with my bills taking the forefront, and we just needed to buy a air conditioner unit for here almost 3 months ago, and that put me out like $3,000, and that I didn't expect it, and I paid for half of it. So, but now with the money, I didn't have any money for blanks, just straight up no money for blanks, so I can't, not that I've had one sale in 2 months on my store because it's the dead season for Hawks right now. On Etsy, at least. But either way, I should be getting some blanks in by the end of the month, Tony. So I'm gonna pick up, the 3 we talked about, and I can construct them in a couple days and let them dry for a couple and have them down there. If not, I'm gonna talk to them. They're pretty good there. And I'm just going to see if I can at least get like a couple days, or just the week, get like Friday and Saturday or something, even if they want me in Sunday, because I want to at least be able to make it. I'll be able to make it down at least a day, I'm hoping.
All right.
Because
I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, as always. Tony's
I was going to ask you, I couldn't get a hold of you. If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah. That was the other thing, Thomas. That's the only reason. Like, I've talked the last time I talked to you, you know what I mean? It's just been up and down, but I have had no money for anything. I'm going to be making Thomas probably a part 8, or whatever he wants.
What's that?
You made me this here, so we
Who
did a
made
trade.
that?
So. What's that?
Do you like that one?
Oh yeah.
Good.
You're on the back there.
Good. Those stickers, yeah, good. I'm glad the stickers worked well. On some of them, it didn't because of the coding.
Yeah, I have a better way of doing it now. So, if you ever need any more, the next one's actually probably a lot better.
Well, I love them. I love all your work. I told we got rid of like 20, probably all the magnets you gave me. We sold. We set them up.
That's right.
Yeah, everything sold. So it was good. I'm
Cool,
not surprised. You do incredible work. So
We were just talking about how well his stuff did on the table at the other event. It was a great, like I said, I have so many big items to have those small items that people were just like tearing those things up.
They were tearing them up. And you know what, Thomas, people were paying $15 a keychain with the Hawks on them. Just so you know.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't know
what
what John wanted because John wasn't always there because he was so busy. So I was like, I don't want it like with the little mask and the keychain. I figured, okay, $7-8 for a keychain, maybe $5 to $6, $7. But with the mask, I was like, nah, get 15. It's a convention. You know what I mean? Just,
Right.
But a lot of people are interested. So hopefully this horror season coming up in a couple months, September, October, we'll be able to roll in the, the interest in everything that everyone does.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I got them new masks now. If you need those when you go, let me know. I can send you a couple sets. Yeah.
oh yeah, well, I'll definitely be in touch with you. Now that I'll have some money in the next couple. I had like a whole 10-day orientation where it was it's a brutal company to get into. So I had between the drug testing and the back and forth and all this other stuff, you have to go there like 5 times. So I was expecting to go in there and be, starting to get paid within a week, but it took over 10 days. So kind of put me on the back
I get
burner.
it. Trust me, I understand.
New companies, it takes some time, and they get paid every week, but sometimes, it takes a couple weeks to get paid
2 weeks,
for the first, 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens.
Cool.
So what are you boys doing? Nick, I'm not familiar with you too much.
Nick Benson's, you don't know Nick Benson. He's a surprise guest who jumped on. What? No, he does. You'll know from his work. He did work on Tremors. He did not work on Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Tremors,
nice. On the
nice.
Yeah.
2 of my favorite movies. So yeah.
Oh, I love Tremors.
Yeah, I watched Tremors probably 1,000 times.
Yeah, I made all the 1-to-1 graboid heads.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That was mine and my friend's favorite movie to watch when we'd go to rent movies. Once we went through the whole cycle of things, Tremors was it, man. We loved we could watch that movie on a loop, and every time we watched it, we liked it more. Just one of the most entertaining movies ever.
What's crazy about that movie is did you do you didn't do any of the mechanical rigging for it moving under the sand? It was all the effects.
No, that was other guys at ADI. I came into ADI with a guy named Kevin Reeder, and we did all the fiberglass molds and all the fabrication of the heads and all of that stuff, and then set it up for the mechanical guys to get in there and make. I
cannot fathom how difficult that would be because you got to go in there and dig, and then you've got to. That's got to be insane to do that in a terrain that's a real terrain like that.
Well, they did a lot of miniatures too. Have you seen some of the behind the scenes stuff? Yeah. The miniatures are pretty cool too.
I can't fathom being in there and having to rig that up. It's the same thing with the original Jaws or any of the Jaws. You got to do the track under the water. You know what I mean?
Well, I gotta say that like being in that shop at ADI with Alec and Tom. I mean, those are 2 of the most talented guys in the business, in my opinion. Very underrated. They should have, in my opinion, they should have Academy Awards by now, but they don't.
Yeah, and then the stuff they do now needs to stop being covered up with visual effects. Yeah, because
VFX works for some things, but it's not an everything fix.
The work they did on the Thing sequel or whatever.
Oh,
I know.
I tried to rewatch the Thing prequel movie, and it was just I really wanted to because I love the Thing so much. It's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, that and Halloween are 2 of my favorite movies of all time, both by Carpenter, of course. And just watching that prequel, what was it, 1990 it came out or something? I forget. No, I couldn't.
2010.
Was it 2010?
For the Thing?
For the remake.
The remake was it? I just can't sit through it. I don't think I've been able to finish it. I'll get to one point and I just can't keep going because the special effects in it are so bad. Those digital effects are just so bad. It went where the original Thing from '82 was just, oh my God, the practical effects in that movie are still amazing to this day.
They destroyed Predator the same way.
Oh God,
Predator is the same mess.
Yeah,
a bunch of CG that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I don't mind. If you want to add tentacles, so they can move better, whatever. So, but don't cover every single thing up with. No, it makes it look worse.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it takes away the realism. It takes me out of a movie when I have too much digital. I love practical effects. I'm an '80s guy growing up. I was born in '76, so I grew up in the perfect time to watch horror as a kid, and the way practical effects made it feel so real. Yeah, especially
it was a fun time to be in that business. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah,
I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, imagine, Nick. Imagine if they did Society now. It would just look like a
Variety's
giant
actually
blob.
pretty fucking relevant today.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Yes, you're absolutely
You know?
right there. But I'm talking about it would just be a CGI mass
Oh yeah,
of nothing.
be
You know?
worthless.
Yeah, it'd be worthless.
Yes, Evil Dead was another amazing. The early '80s was just such a special time for practical effects. It was amazing between the Friday the 13th series, Evil Dead, even the Halloween 2, and in that sense, with the needle going in the neck, just what some of the legends did, like Savini and even Nick, what you guys did. I mean, just brought things to life and made something special for me as a kid watching '80s horror. It did. I mean, it really did.
Like the movie House, they did a decent job in House. I gotta say, I love. It's one of my favorite growing up kid movies. Just House, with what's his name? I love that.
Richard Mall and the guy from The Greatest American Hero. I can't think of
and the guy. They were. It
William
was
Cat.
you know.
William Cat. Yeah, I actually got a Big Ben like behind me, but behind something, and I love it. It's one of my favorite pieces. You've seen it. Jesse Aarons did it for me. Yeah, it's definitely one up there with my favorite pieces. So yeah, House was great. Any of those are really great to watch. '80s movies, I can just watch it alone, even if it's a bad movie. Now I can just watch it if it has cool practical effects. You know,
Yeah, even bad ones still hold.
The bad ones are fun.
Yeah,
They're just fun.
Those are the most fun.
I'll tell you what. Here's a little side story for you. Like Night of the Demons was the first film that I got to work on, like the first real job for me, and like I didn't think that movie would last at all, but look at it today. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's how many years later, and people love it. I had no idea at the time we were making it that it would be that way. I didn't think that of a lot of the movies I worked on.
Yeah,
I knew Nightmare was, because I was even a fan of Nightmare at the time I got on it. So
the Night of the Demons, those posters,
it works.
And the Blob, I mean, that was kind of a timeless thing, because that was a good remake.
Yeah, it was.
The Tremors, I mean, Tremors, they weren't making monster movies. They started, doing that a little bit. They did some underwater stuff, like on Abyss, when I worked on Abyss, and Deep Star 6 and shit like
Leviathan.
that. Like you had Leviathan. Winston's guys were doing that, and I mean, that was a good time to be making movies, man. It really was.
Abyss was great. I loved Abyss. Great movie.
Well, the Abyss, because that led to T2 and everything like that. With there's so much that was cool about that. Those kind of, I still think Terminator 2 has the effects then are so much better than most of the effects now. I know how much
they were great. Yeah. Unless you're watching like a Marvel or DC movie, which I can't personally. It was cool in the beginning. Now there's like 200 of them. I'm like, enough's enough. I just can't with them. So those, you expect that, and they do a good job. But because of the armor and the different gear that they're blue screening on the actors, it doesn't matter. It blends in right. You know what I mean? And you hardly see any of their face. So
we were doing stuff on Abyss that hadn't been done. I mean, Steve Johnson's just a fucking genius with figuring shit out and how to do it, and we were just.
That's another underrated movie that people forget about now. That when you hear it, it's like, oh man, even me. I think I watched it, about a year ago again. And I was like, I forgot how much I loved it and how much those visually I enjoyed. I mean, the story and the acting was great, but the special effects, especially when you remember at the time what they were,
wild stuff going on.
Hey, Nick, do you know if Mr. Johnson worked on Waterworld for special effects?
Off the top of my head, I don't, because I really only worked with Steve from till '88, and then I went over to Screaming Mad George's shop and worked for him.
Okay, because my old landlord, Wendy Johnson, her brother named Steve Johnson. He was a special effects. He was the lead special effects guy for. It may be the same Steve Johnson. That was my. I met him at the old horse farm I used to live at. If you get in touch and you talk to him, ask him if he did Waterworld. If it is, it's the same. I can't.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'll ask him.
Yeah, if it is,
I'm sure it's on his IMDb if he did.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll check that out, because if it is, that'd be a hoot. I'd be like, hey.
And I reconnected with him in 2019, and we did a music video for Slipknot.
Okay, yeah.
So you're doing more music videos now than movie stuff?
No, actually, I'm developing 6 films right now. There's one behind me. Well, you can't really see it now, but called Phobia, and I'm working on one called Campfire. But I'm doing producing and directing and overseeing special effects now. I hire crews to do stuff. I had an accident last year. I fell out of a studio ceiling and shattered a foot.
Oh,
yeah.
So now I'm kind of limited on some of the things I can do and what I can't do. So I'm just kind of focusing on the things I know I can do. I also am designing all the effects for a movie coming called House in the Pines. I believe that'll be shot this year. And then I just got out of a meeting last night with the guys at Subsoil Films. I'm sure you East Coast guys know them.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Melican. I'm going to be doing some stuff with them too. So
Nice.
Lots of stuff coming. And that's, I'll be honest, that has all been inspired by going to these shows like Fantasm and being like talking to fans. That's what did it for me. It told me that's what I needed to do. I hear things from fans and I take it in and I marinate on it and I hear what's lacking in the industry. And I kind of took those things to heart and I decided to do something about it,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, man. I mean, seriously, because like you said, these conventions do so much and connecting with your fans the way you do, and knowing how much we appreciate and the real hardcore fans want some of the stuff back and we're tired of the copy and paste and flat emotionless stories with visually just blah.
I actually cannot wait. Like I was scared for a while. I'm working on this script called Phobia. I'm trying to get funding for it. But Phobia is a film that Lynn Lowry approached me with a while ago. She wanted to do something. And so I had the story written and I wanted it my way because I wanted to direct it. And she absolutely wanted me to direct it. So we've gotten pretty far. We're just getting ready to put the package together for pitch and try to get it funded. But I have put this script in front of a few people and it is fucking disturbing. It disturbs me. So it's pretty crazy. And I put it in front of Mick Strawn, he does all my production design shit. So Mick Strawn's going to be production designing that. But I put it in front of him and he usually has so much to say about a script, but he read it and he goes, dude, this movie's fucked up.
Fucking disturbing.
I'm like, thanks.
That's how we need, though.
What a great time to come in. I heard Nick Benson say he's got 6 projects in the can, and all of a sudden I threw everything down.
Not in the can. I wish it was in the can.
Excuse me, on the ride.
Yeah.
Welcome, Big Swag. Brett Wagner, straight from the Outsider's house in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. How was that? That must have been a blast, dude.
Let me tell you something. Tulsa, Oklahoma, they're filming a lot there. It's hot as hell, but you got Stallone down there right now doing The King of Tulsa.
So much going on there.
Scorsese was filming down there. Scott Kahn's filming down there. I mean, that TV show Res Dogs is filmed down there.
Yeah.
Really good tax breaks. The city is old school, so there's a lot of cool old buildings, and and then you got everything's 20 minutes, so you can go anywhere in 20 minutes. And they got sausage hamburgers, which are amazing. I gained 15 pounds in 2 days.
Well, if anyone knows anything about meat, it's Leatherface. So.
Yeah,
I would think so. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. They rolled out the red carpet. That Outsiders House Museum is really cool, and that whole town of Tulsa, with all the history. Danny Boy from House of Pain, who owns it, drove me around all through Tulsa and was showing me different stuff from the movie. And I grew up reading that book was something we had to read like in the 8th grade. We had a choice like Moby Dick or The Outsiders, and I'm like, yeah, Outsiders sounds good. Then the movie came out, like a year and a half later, and Francis Ford Coppola. I mean, come on. What was that, Mr. Tony?
Oh, I was saying because when the movie came out, though, it was people gave it a lot of flack for cutting some stuff from the book that wasn't all there. Like I said, just last month I watched the complete novel cut that Francis redid. Yeah, it was awesome. So,
but it was fun stuff out here, and I'm glad I could pop in and see what you guys are doing real quick.
Yeah, I know it's 110 degrees out there in Oklahoma right now. I already know.
It's not much different here.
I'm in Ohio right now, but I think I talked to you. I have a house that's 30 minutes from the Outsider's house. Now, I didn't get a chance to get down there and make it. It's a house down there I'm actually trying to sell. But I was trying to get down there, but yeah, I just couldn't make it back down. It won't be another 2 or 3 weeks, but I was trying to make it down to it.
It was fun. We got to, it was hot as hell, and we did the meet and greet first, and then, I'm just like, let me throw the outfit on and just tell people to come in and let's get these pictures quick because I didn't want to get heat stroke again. But everybody was really cool. Did some cool pictures with everybody in the sledgehammer, and
there's no air in that house.
I love the picture of you in the, what is it, a Studebaker? I don't see the whole car, but the old car.
So that's a car they have in the, I don't know if it was from the movie. It might be from the movie, but that was a car they had in the, it's probably from the movie. I'd have to get the story on that.
It was, yeah.
And he's like, get in there and get a picture. And I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be brown recluses and black widows everywhere. So,
Leatherface, he doesn't get scared by anything, but some spiders will scare the crap out of him.
Spiders and rattlesnakes, yes.
Yeah.
What's up, Brett? Good old Brett.
How are you there, Camp Crystal, Cabin 6?
I'm great, Leatherface. I am just slithering with excitement. I had a long work day today, so I'm exhausted. And what better way to end your day than to come on here and chill with the boys, right?
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of. Oh, look at that. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's a great picture.
Woo.
Yeah, that was really cool. Listen, it's impressive to me when you get down there and you see that town. I mean, I knew New Mexico is on the rise with everything filming there, but I'm telling you, New Mexico, man. I mean, Tulsa, Oklahoma, people are filming down there, and the tax breaks are great, and Stallone and Scorsese and these guys, they just don't go shoot they can shoot anywhere they want to. Yeah. Anywhere in the world they can go shoot, and these people are shooting down there, and I think the city's like bending over backwards, so let's go shoot something with retro customs down there. Let's go.
I agree. Actually in New Mexico, I have a tie in New Mexico. I've been friend with one of my friends. I've been probably 7 years, who's got like 200 acres in New Mexico. She always complains it's bitter hot, but she's got water. She's got a lake down there that they own, and she would say, absolutely, fly over here. You can use my property. That's the type. If I ever made a film, I would try to utilize that if I could. You know what I mean? I don't know how to go about any of that, directing or producing. I don't know if that's what they do. Probably not. But I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool. If people would allow you on their property, they got 200 acres of thick, dense woods and water and little, if you needed to build a makeshift shack, shack or something or whatever, I don't know how it goes. What do I know? I make freaking Jason masks. But it's nice to know people. It's nice to know people. Sometimes it's all in who you know.
Absolutely. I've met some of the greatest people doing, through all this stuff. It's awesome getting to meet people on a different level that are talented, really interesting people, fascinating people to talk to. Even Tony too.
Yeah. Even
me and Tony got this friendly banter. I know he likes me. I know he won't admit it. He brought in Tyler.
You know it? You do know that?
I do know that. Yeah, he brought in Tyler Meehan specifically for his friend.
Presumptuous of you, John.
Well, he knows how much I love Tyler Meehan. I got to meet him last year. He was at the first convention, so super cool guy. I think people are going to love him when they meet him in at Fantasm.
Tyler's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, you're a super nice guy.
Absolutely.
He's also
He's a tall dude. Very tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like 2 inches on me, and I'm almost 6'5". So he did pro wrestling as well, like I did before he was doing the acting, and he was a very athletic guy. In fact, we did a show together where I was managing at a Burbank High School. We did a little show in there with I'm trying to think who the director is, and I should know his name right now. He directs. Anyways, he's also he makes movies, and he did a little pro wrestling in the time. So, but Tyler's a great guy. He's great with the fans.
Yeah,
he's done a lot of good stuff. You can't deny his resume is pretty good.
Yeah,
I think they said his IMDb says he's 6'9", and that's what they said. Because we got to get his flight. He's got to be able to fit in the plane.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's pretty tall guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. And I felt bad for him because the whole weekend you could tell he was having back issues. I think he had just gotten surgery after, and you could tell he was grinding through. But he had a great.
Either that or his knee.
It was something, but you could tell he was just in a lot of pain. And I think I heard him post that
past our booth. Yeah.
It was cool. I met CJ Graham, and I'm like, man, I wish I could get Tyler Main to come over to my table. And as soon as I was done talking to CJ Graham, there's Tyler Main looking at my stuff. It was so cool.
CJ's cool as shit too.
Oh, he is funny as hell.
I love about these guys, man. They're all such nice guys.
Oh, I love CJ.
One that I had at my museum was Kip Weeks. Kip Weeks is another one, super cool guy.
Yeah, Tom Matthews, I was very pleasant dude. Very cool, very down to earth. Love Tom. He's super dude. Real cool. I wish we would have gotten to hang out with him at Spook Hollow, but with the VIP event getting all fucked up, there was no chance of that. Not that we didn't drive downtown Ocala, and we must have had. It must have been a guy. It must have been meant to be because we literally found the one, probably John. You can tell him what the one parking spot in downtown Maine Ocala on a Saturday night, and it was like we just found it, and it was like maybe not even up 2 blocks from the place, and then we get there, and I couldn't believe the amount of people that VIPs that got turned away. I couldn't. Yeah. I was asking people on the street corners like, are you a VIP? They're like, yeah, we were just going somewhere. I couldn't believe it, but I guess those things happen when.
Well, that's history. We're looking at the next event, Fantasm. I'm excited for this whole thing, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for Fantasm, and I usually don't like to drive, but I'm warmed up now. I just did it about a month ago. You're warmed up. So Missouri to Florida, it's not like I bring much with me. And, it's funny. I'm driving like this because
you ain't got.
I actually got a U-Haul a trailer hitch getting put on Tuesday, but I'm just going to take what I can here because I got so much stuff in Florida and so much more stuff going to Florida that I'm just going to get a trailer when I'm there, bring it back and get a storage.
Does Mom and Dad? Did you keep some stuff with Mom and Dad then? So you kept some.
I got a lot of my art and stuff there, a lot of the figures and I got a lot of stuff there, and then I got a lot of more stuff in it.
But you got Michael for the front seat, right?
Oh, Mikey's coming up front. Yeah, he's all ready for the trip. He's sitting there already. He's like, he gets cranky. He gives me that dirty look. Luckily, you don't.
Brett doesn't like it. Brett doesn't like it. He wants you to make a leather face.
Well, there's a leather face.
You got to rotate him.
Maybe I'll bring old leather face there in honor of Sal.
Yeah, we had a good one.
So Officer Sal made that for me, just beat cancer, and that was awesome that he donated that.
How's Sal doing? I know his last post I saw a couple days ago. I don't know. I haven't gotten to Facebook, probably the main feed in a couple of days. Hopefully that's go. I know he said that his doctor said that pretty much all the cancer is gone, but there was something else going on. I can't recall.
There's a little bit. They just got it. It's not anything that they're worried about yet, but they're just going to keep regularly checking them. So
what about his voice? Well. Is that something that
it's gone? It's gone. I guess they came back for a few days and then he lost it. So
he's got to get one of those robotic implants in his throat so he can sound like RoboCop when he tells people to freeze. That's all.
I swear, Tony and Sal look like they could be friggin' cousins or brothers.
Yeah,
they do.
I love Sal. That guy's got. I love that man. I think everyone does. I mean, he's a good one.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He is. But Phantasm's going to be sick, man. There's so much stuff. Monster Manor's going to be there. What are some of the things you're most excited about, Tony, like that you're bringing this year? Nick Benson, of course. Nick says he's sitting next to you, and he's
Nick's brought. He's going to be with Doomcastle. They're bringing Nick out. So that was a collaboration that just fell into place, greatly. So that was pretty awesome. And the thing that was funny about that was when they reached out and called us. I had just done. I do a Friday Fright Spotlight where we showcase just a random horror movie or genre movie or whatever. And I had just written 2 of them. One was Dead Heat, for a spotlight, which I love Dead Heat. That was a late night find for me and one of my friends, Gene, when I was in high school, and it was just one of the 3 o'clock or 3 in the afternoon. Middle of the morning on a Saturday on HBO or Cinemax, and Dead Heat came on, and we're like, "What the fuck is this thing?" It was
such an underrated film. It's so fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, I mean,
you could have said anything, and you went to Dead Heat.
I love Dead Heat.
I don't. I'm not knocking you. I mean, I like children shouldn't play with dead things. So I mean,
that's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as they're still warm, it's all right.
you got sides of beef coming to life, and you've got ducks, dead ducks balking in the sauce.
Don't forget the liver flying into people's faces.
Flying liver, and then when the female, when she disintegrated, that was just one of the coolest uses of just the
well, I'll tell you a secret about that shot, like that entire sequence. Like there's guys just off camera with airbrushes. That was all done like live.
On the spot. Wow,
on the spot. Those guys are sitting just off camera with airbrushes, making her decay.
Oh, that's really
unbelievably cool.
Yeah, it was so good. But I just written that write up, and I had just written the Blob write up, so it was funny.
Yeah,
and I think I wrote you right afterwards when we signed your deal. I said I just finished writing Dead Heat. So funny that you guys
such a fun film though
that night. So it was cool. But yeah, so we got Nick coming, like John has said 1,000 times. Beatrice Buckley's coming. His lady. Yeah, we got the Michaels. We've got the Savior Impala from Supernatural will be coming back. That was always popular.
Oh, that's cool.
Late night burlesque shows and things. We're working on some after hours things right now. There's the Hawk right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Burlesque is hot again. There was I used to work a very old bar and club in LA called Small. It didn't even have a name. And then when that place finally shut down, it became a burlesque place. So it was like Friday and Saturday nights burlesque shows.
Yeah, these troops have come every year. Speakeasy Sirens and a group called Theoretical Rejects that come. Yeah, they love it. They do it all.
Very nice.
Look at this. He's going down the hall.
Going on a tour here.
I feel like
he said he had nothing to bring. He can come.
I
got some stuff there.
Here's all my.
There's a few things.
Oh, I still got your stickers too in my van.
I know.
Oh, Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
No, these are horrible kids.
Horrible kids. Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if mine are in Florida.
These things are going to be crazy.
Yeah,
I picked these up. Look at that, CJ Decay. So you guys can't get a good CJ Graham. Beautiful. This guy does unbelievable work. And here, courtesy of Thomas, there's.
Oh, there you go. Do you make all the little stands and things yourself as well?
The stands
they come
actually
with stands. I had one extra, and I used it for.
Yeah, the stands I actually buy those third party though. The stands is I can.
Well, now that you got the 3D printer, I was going to say now you can start making your own stands too.
But
yeah,
certain things is just faster, and it's just actually cheaper to buy some certain things like that. You just buy.
They're the perfect size for those. They're
right. I got lucky with that.
I love.
It's such a great way to display them.
I'll never part with that set. Those VHS magnets, people were flipping out about them. Nobody's ever seen them before. I was hyping those VHS tapes up like no one's business. So, I mean, hopefully over time, something new, a new item takes some time to make some leeway in the market. So I think people will really, we sold what we had. Pretty much what we had there. So,
that stuff. I was going to ask if a lot of that stuff sold or not. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah! Obviously, there's the leftovers of 2 or 3 of this or 2 or 3 of that, but
right.
There was so many. There was a lot of traffic, so we did what we could to push, and we were putting up Tony's for Fantasm. We had them over there. We got rid of pretty much all of the flyers and pamphlets for Tony, so that was awesome. People were very interested in Fantasm. I think it's going to be a huge turnout, more than you think. There's a lot of people were looking for, this wasn't the best time we came down. We were wishing something was around. Well, there's something going down there in Orlando. If you want to check us out there at Fantasm in August. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Well, you guys were always a class act. The second I went down there and, met Tony, and me and him clicked right away. And I know it was after the whole, they had to take a year off because of everything, the pandemic stuff. Yeah. And I know it was stressful getting everything together for that. And I think they did a fantastic job. And I got to meet, since I'm such a Halloween fan, it was perfect because I got all the Halloween stuff and to be able to meet James Jude Courtney and him hanging out at the table, and Nick Castle, the legend.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I was kind of blew my mind. Here's James Jude Courtney every time I see me. How you doing? It's like, oh, hey, man. And Nick Castle just sitting there looking at stuff and being like, oh, that's cool over there, and looking at at stuff, and Tom Atkins and PJ Souls and Will Sandin. It was a great guest list. And I was right just across from the whole time.
He's a sweetheart. He's sweet.
Yeah.
But James Jude Courtney it's funny because he's like the cool guy you knew in high school, just older. You know what I mean? But he acts like he.
Don't tell him that. It'll be like it's an illusion. Every time you go, it's an illusion.
He acts like just your cool buddy, your cool friend. He's
you
down to
no
earth.
ego on that guy. Well, that's what most horror people I've met, actors from the 80s or even 90s or now. The nicest people. I've gone to some Comic Cons and it's not so much that way with some of the
people from the 2000s are nice too. Let's not. You don't have to go back to the 90s.
I know a guy from 03. Those up to 03. No, well, hey, James Jude Courtney's up to 2018, 2020. So
that's right. That's right.
Hey, Brett came down to the Krypt. He was in the Kansas City area, and we got to hang out a bit. And Brett was doing the Gustero bike show right in Kansas City, and I had a great time, and it was really cool to hang out with them, and you got to meet some of the people that I know, and he was a stand-up guy. Brett's one of my favorite people. I consider him a good friend, and I can't say enough about Brett.
Stop. You know what? You have a cool.
He's an asshole.
Your collection of stuff is. I was very impressed, and I know that's just a little bit of it, and I was like, man, I feel pretty bad. I mean, my collection is pale in comparison to some of the stuff you got there. I collect stuff like. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, but you played Leatherface. Come on.
Right.
But you know, something you did in 2003, you got to keep capitalizing on that. You know, that's how you, as an actor, that's how everything works. If you don't keep. If you don't keep working, then it's. I have a really big audition tomorrow for a comedy, playing some nut job biker in a comedy, which would be really, you have to keep. You have to keep doing it because they don't remember you, right?
It doesn't matter what it is, Brett. It don't matter what it is. Just keep on going. You know what I mean? Do your thing.
Of course.
It don't matter what it is.
Of course. Listen, I want to get on the Mayans. I'm ready to go on the Mayans, for God's sake.
That would be great, man. That would be great.
That was one of the best remakes you did ever, anyway. Between the horror movies, that was the best remake out of all of them.
Yeah. I love the crazies. Are we talking about Texas or the Crazies? I love the Crazies.
Texas.
The Crazies, we had such a good time working on, and Timothy Oliphant was so cool. And that was, Almost Human. Did and I've been friends with them for so long. And in fact, my first horror movie, TV show I ever did, went under makeup, was with Rob Hall, and was Angel and Buffy. And so then all of a sudden I booked this gig called the Crazies, and I called Rob, said, man, I got a really good gig on this Romero remake. And he goes, what is it? I said, The Crazies. He's like, oh, good, I'll be doing your makeup. And I was like, this is great. So we had a good time down there, and it was. I did my first full burn. I'm not a full burn, a 3/4 burn on it, and I'd never done that before.
But the burn they put on you was so good, man.
Oh yeah. Well, it's nice too when you get a $3,000 bump for getting burned, and I'm like, I get extra money for getting burned, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, let's do some more.
Nice.
Not like that low budget stuff where they do it on accident. They're like,
right.
Can I borrow $20, Nick?
Yeah.
Pouring rubbing alcohol on your denim jacket and lighting it on fire.
Hold still. I'm gonna light this.
Spirit Halloween trip.
I gotta say, I love the Crazies and Timothy Oliphant. I've been a fan of him. There was a movie. I was dating a Vietnamese girl, and she didn't speak a lot of English. And one of the favorite movies that we watched together was what is it? The Girl Next Door. And he was in that. He was such a dick in it, but he played such a great character, and that's where I became a big fan of him, because he was He's a talented dude. He's a talented actor. I'd like
There's
to see
not
him
much he
even more
can't
stuff.
do.
No.
You know, Santa Clarita Diet was fun, and
Yeah, he was great in
I love
Mandalorian.
Oh my
Was
God,
it
I love
was it
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett? Or was it that?
Mandalorian too. Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was
But,
in
I mean,
both.
Even in it's not a horror movie, but Gone in 60 Seconds, he was the cop's Delroy Lindo's partner.
Oh
He
yeah,
was funny in that too.
wow, yeah, you're right.
He was young
Oh,
in
my
that.
God.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot.
yeah, he's like, "You gonna be okay? Because you just went through a wall."
He's got that range,
Right.
though. He's got that where he could be pretty intimidating and intense to also being funny as hell.
Yeah, that was the
He's
one
got-
few Nicolas Cage movies that was fun to watch. I'm not a huge Nicolas Cage fan. All right, cool, you whatever, you respect, but you know that one was good. I like that one. Can't think of another one I liked him.
I want to see his new one because I think that one, when you own the fact that you're crazy, and you do a movie like that, I think
I don't know. I don't think there's anything that'll top Vampire's Kiss for him.
oh,
What was it? Wonderland. That was
That's pretty
fun
good. That
movie.
Wonderland or whatever.
He's drinking energy drinks. I mean, he was right on my level.
I thought they were
Every
going to
hour
go
of it.
somewhere with that and explain what that was, but nope. he's
What
just
was the
drinking-
one with the stick?
What?
It's just
What was the one with the? Oh, this no. The wooden man. What was the one with where they burnt the big wooden man?
that was a remake.
Wicker Man. Oh, that
The Wicker Man.
God, I wanted to stab my ear.
You know what? I've only seen a few minutes of that. Yeah,
When they changed.
Yeah,
it
you're
to bees.
smart, Thomas.
I've only seen a few minutes of it. Yep.
The bees.
You're
the
lucky.
bees.
Oh my God.
But I don't mind Nicolas Cage though. But that movie, yeah.
Listen, his
How was
best
Ghost
work.
Rider? Was that any good? I never
Yeah.
even seen that.
All right.
What's that?
Was it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Ghost
Ghost Rider's fine. His best work was Valley Girl, way back when.
Yeah,
Can't Buy Me Love.
I'll give you that.
Or not
I'm
Can't Buy Me
Raising
Love. What was the
Arizona
one he
guy.
was in? Where he's the
I love
singer.
Raising Arizona.
I forget. I forget the movie where he's the singer and she goes into a coma and she goes back in her past. Peggy Sue Got Married or something. Wasn't he a background singer in that one? That was one of his first movies.
I don't remember.
Raising Arizona was a fun one though. I'll give Raising Arizona.
That's a good one.
First movie
Right,
I
I'm
seen
trying
with
to
him.
remember that other one. Wasn't he in? There was a real. What is that?
He's been in everything. He's been in so many things. It's done.
Oh, he was. What I did enjoy was the ambulance movie he was in. I can't remember the name of it.
24. Yeah, with the late night ambulance movie.
Yes.
Matchstick Man.
No. I
Oh,
haven't.
old baby beard is give him some appreciate you being here. Everybody who's in the chat, I haven't even had a chance to say hi. Lisa Marie Guess. We have Bit Nova who came in. My son Devo's here. I'm hoping to get him down and come to a convention with me and with my granddaughter. It'd be great to see him. Beatrice obviously showed up. Camp Crystal Cabin 6. Facebook users. I don't know who that is, but they can always.
It's not me. I'm here.
No, I know.
Why did that not
Was it
show
you?
up? That was me.
You got to on Facebook. You have to click the link that allows you to.
Screw Facebook. Fuck them. They can do work. They fuck Facebook. You post. You post.
Well, that's it for tonight.
Of
Good
a
night.
dog and you're banned for a week. I don't get it.
Bringing Out Your Dead is what you're thinking of.
Yes, thank you. Bringing Out the Dead.
Yeah,
love the movie. I don't know why, but I loved it. And what's her name was in it too. She was a cutie pie. But that I enjoyed. That was a good
You know what movie I was surprised that I learned that the Schwag was in, and it's one of my favorite movies to watch with the guys is Bicentennial Man.
Oh,
Robin
yeah.
Williams.
That's right.
Big Schwag worked with him. He was a delivery man.
What are you grabbing your head for, Brett?
Another
What happened?
Johnson.
Nothing. That's my first movie I ever did.
Oh,
I'm in the first 5 minutes. I deliver Robin Williams to the house.
yeah.
And a funny story is because that's the first movie I ever did, right? So I'm working on location for 2 weeks in San Francisco. You get your per diem, and I think I was getting like $75 a day or $100 a day. And they go, here's for 2 weeks. And I was like, holy crap, I got like $1,000 in my hand.
We're going
And
out.
I spent it all. The second night there at a strip club called the Rolling 20s or something. The whole thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brett.
I know those
but
nights,
in
Brett,
those
back in the
days,
day.
if they handed you money, it was pretty much gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Believe me.
In-
The
in-
second
$2
night.
money.
Good thing you weren't in Vegas when you got that.
In my 20s, we called it Nudie Bar Sunday, and that was the end of my check. And then I'd have to figure out how to get through the week and get to the next week to hit
You
Nudie
got
Bar
$6
Sunday.
for gas. Yeah, I know.
And then I didn't know, and I was calling everybody from the hotel, right? I'm calling all my friends. And then when I went to check out, they're like, sir, you have a bill. And I said, well, the production company's paying for everything. She's like, no, you made phone calls to LA, 10 times, 20 times a day. I'm like, what's my bill? It's like $450. I'm like, I got no money.
Mr. Williams,
Yeah,
Mr. Williams, I delivered you.
I wish I would have taken some pictures with him, but it was like I would know how to weasel a picture out of somebody.
Yeah.
And to maybe get them on camera to say a few kind words. But back then I had no idea, and I just tried to stay out of everybody's way. I literally, because in 2 weeks I filmed for 3 days, but every day I would walk down to Fisherman's Wharf down there, and I'd get on this guy had a boat, and he took tourists around Alcatraz. And he was such a nice guy. He's like, come on, you can get on the boat. And I paid for 1 day, and then every single day that I wasn't filming, I'd be on that boat with all these tourists that were going, and I felt like I was like doing something, cruising around. But wild experience. And Robin Williams, when we were working with him, he'd start a joke, and that was directed by Christopher Columbus, really good guy. Mrs. Doubtfire, and I think he directed some of the what's the wizard things that the Universal Studios had.
Didn't he do wasn't he on Uncle
Harry
Potter?
Potter.
Yeah, the first
Harry Potter. I think he directed one of the Harry Potters. Really nice guy. But you don't tell Robin Williams what to do. Robin Williams would start doing a joke, and then Chris, or the first day would be like, all right. And then he would stop the joke, do the scene, and then right when they said cut, he'd go right back, and everybody knew to turn back around to him, and he'd finish the joke.
That's great.
So
crazy.
what a cool experience.
That was a big loss when we lost Robin.
Yeah. Well, that was a funny story to hear about him, because I could see it just stopping. And you said he never missed a beat, though.
Never missed a beat. Last day there, I tried to tell a joke. So I just said, I'm going to take a chance here.
Uh-oh.
And I started to say something. Everybody's like looking at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Get a picture instead.
And I said it, and then I did the punchline. And then Robin Williams is like, stick to your day job, kid. Stick to the day job. And everybody started laughing. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. What am I doing? Why did I just crack a joke, try to be like Robin Williams?
You know what?
What a nice guy.
You made a memory for yourself.
I did. I made I made something that I could, if I ever get on Jay Leno, I could. But I told it here first. I said it here first.
Do you want to tell us the joke and let us rate it?
I can't remember that far back, man.
No.
Must have been that funny, huh?
It wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't funny.
It was so timeless.
I'm sure it wasn't funny, and there's been a lot of green stuff smoked back in the day that I just fried my
well,
mind.
Everything's funny then, man. I couldn't. I can't believe you didn't laugh then. But you got to be a good joker to tell him.
I've got to work with some really good directors in 28 years of acting, and it's interesting to see. That was I forget how long ago that was. You'd have to look it up, but a long time ago. And that movie was I think a $75 million budget, and it absolutely did nothing.
Oh,
I thought I was going to be rich with 2 weeks worth of work, and I'm going to get some big residual checks, and this is going to be a national treasure, this movie, and it did nothing. So I was like, oh my God, I've been my first movie, and I'm in my first bomb. But so
that's all right. That's
You've been getting busier and busier lately. I'm rooting for you. You mentioned your audition even on here, so I'm rooting for you on that one.
Yeah.
You know what happens? Look, get new headshots, right? So you don't go in for auditions anymore, right? And they look at your picture like this big on a computer, and then you may Zoom maybe, but I'm better in a room when I audition. A lot of people like to go in a room. The director or the clients can tell you, can you do it this way? Or that was great. Don't change anything.
Yeah,
they have even do virtual ones now, don't they?
Yeah, it's
what I get. I get a lot of those.
Yeah, but now that it's but you get new headshots, and all of a sudden I got some really like a lawyer shot and a real guy in a funny Hawaiian shirt shot, and you got to adapt. I can't always be this big biker.
You got to pick up some leather chaps, man, and don't wear underwear, and just
a rear shot and be like,
there's your next biker roll right there.
For triple scale, I'll do it. I'm fine.
How was that biker get together a couple months? How was that? Did you have fun over there? Was that a couple months ago?
Gustero was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
No, it was in June. We went in June, like June 25th, I think.
Yeah,
it was great.
3 weeks ago. Yeah, we had a blast.
The pictures you had on there. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a lot of people there, and obviously John came down and
I saw that.
Yeah. And Kansas City's got some great burger places too. Called Town Topic, which is a great place, right? That's downtown. And then in Tulsa, they have like 35 old school burger joints, which I should not be at, but I love that. I went to a place called Ron's Burgers. I went to a place called Weber's where they make their own root beer. And the thing in Tulsa is these sausage burgers, which are I'm like, oh my God, I was in heaven.
Yeah,
Indian tacos are sausage burgers now, Brett. I know Indian tacos were up there.
I am the taco king, but I'm a sausage burger king right now, and I'm trying to figure out maybe we can get some money together and we can open a sausage burger restaurant in LA. It would go crazy.
Let's do it. The Lost Leatherface's sausage burgers.
But hey, listen, I just wanted to say hello and see you guys and say hi. I just got off a plane like an hour ago, so I got to. All
right, Brett.
I got to unpack and do some laundry, and I'm excited myself for Fantasm in 2023 because I'll be going then. It's going to be tough waiting a year, but I will be there, and I will.
Mr. Leather fucks them all up. Good to have you here.
Yeah,
it's good to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure, man. We'll hook up again. I'm going to do another thing for those guys down there at the Shrine, which is a music place down there. So we may be putting like a little mini Comic-Con down there in Tulsa. They got the people, so we'll get a hold of you and we'll do something cool down there together.
Definitely give me a heads up, and we'll definitely, I'll do what I can on my end too to help out. So
it'll be great. We'll get everybody down there. We'll get Nick down there.
Oh yeah,
I'm down.
We'll see if Tony wants to come down as well.
No, I got to see John again.
Yeah, he's tired of seeing me. He saw me a couple months ago. He's got to see me at Phantasm.
Yeah, right.
All right, much love to you guys. Be careful.
Take care.
Stay safe. And Nick Benson, listen, 6 projects.
I got more
I'll
than
wear
that,
chaps,
actually.
whatever it takes.
If you count all the subsoil films we got going, we got them too. So there's probably 30 of those in the
I love the audition. Let me know.
They'll get lit on fire half price. Half price. He said.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
All right, Brett.
Take it easy, man.
See you later, Brett.
He's so fun. He's a cool dude.
He's such a good dude, man. I mean, me and him, when he came down, I was surprised. I'm like, you want to come down to the pit? Yeah. Want to do a live stream? Okay. Yeah. All right.
Funny, He just shows up at your house.
Yeah.
Right.
He's cool. We had a great time. And with what I do, he was just a class act with the people that I deal with. And that went a long way with me. That gave him props on my book. And we had a lot of fun. It was hot as hell, though. It was hot as hell, but it was a lot of fun. Between the motorcycles, and one of my friends is a big train guy, so we had trains and motorcycles. So we had a double dose of awesome. But I mean, it's been a blast having you guys. We've been going over an hour. Fantastic.
I gotta take off in a minute because my phone's about to die from work. But
I put everybody's. Now, Nick,
what happened, Tony?
I said that happened to you once before when I was on with you once with John and.
Well, you know what?
Was going to die. Your phone was going to die.
Yeah, but this phone, I have to. This phone dies so quick. I don't know why. I don't think I charged it right when I first got it because you're supposed to charge it right away, all the way up to full, and I did that. But then I woke up and I had it on a charge, and I think that just set the tone. But this thing's 2 years old. I got almost 3. I got to get another phone. But I don't know. That wasn't just charged. When I'm at work at this particular job. They have an app to find anything that I need for my job, and it's wonderful compared to the job I did for 23 years. This one, I mean, it shows you everything, but it does drain the battery on it. But whatever. But I don't have my mic hooked up on my laptop, so I just jumped on with the phone real quick. My phone is like my makeshift when I don't have my mic set up and all that other gear. But I didn't want to miss you guys.
With apps and stuff, it kills.
Oh my God, yeah! I have so many apps. All I do is live lunches, play slots, the free slots on the, on whatever.
Stop messing with them slots.
No, I don't pay.
That's something.
I wait for Vegas for that. I
free
love
slots. Pimp.
Yeah, don't you like slot? You've been to the casino, John. You know what it's all about.
Yeah, I have. I'm a Texas Hold'em guy, but I don't like to gamble, which is weird. So I don't mind tournaments.
I don't gamble.
I had a problem. I had a problem like maybe 10 years ago when I lived when a casino opened. I'm right from outside Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is the same thing as Allentown, if that's more familiar. But
you know the song.
Yeah, that's what the song's about. And you can and Billy Joel even says the people lining up in Bethlehem, and that's the Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. That's my hometown. Like 10 minutes out of there, like 5 minutes out. But yeah, when they built that, oh my God, I went there and I won big. Like the first couple times, like $3,600. I'm talking. Like the second time I won, I'm like almost $4,000. And it fucking drawn me, dude. And I was going every day. I was gambling 500 every day when I was making like 470 at work. So I was living off of fucking winnings. And then I realized it, and it is like it's an addiction. It's bad. It's like anything else out there, drugs, alcohol, and if you can tame it down, but it's not tamed down, man. It's gamblers. I mean, my family is a pretty big gambling family through the ages, but I cut it off, and now I'm very easily. I can go once a year, and I bring a budget, and I don't spend. I went to Vegas in 2019. I brought $12,000. I spent $2,000, so that should show you because I did not let it get to me. You know what I mean? So now I feel like I can go and spend the other 10.
I wouldn't,
but I don't have the 10.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want to bring that much money with me.
No, and that's the thing.
I want to go there just and drive down the street and look at the signs and the lights. And
right, it's the same
that's
thing.
All I care. I want that look and the ambiance. I don't give a shit about gambling or anything. I just want to say I've gone to Vegas and look at
It's 20 minutes from my house.
Is it?
See,
nice.
I love tournament style Texas Hold'em. I'll do tournament style Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, you never go exact. And you know what? If I was in Nick's position, I'd never go down there either. It's the same thing because I was living in that area for years afterwards, where I could have easily drove. I just didn't, because every time you go, you're like, all right, I have a good feeling. I put the white. I used to wear 2 socks, a white one on the left for God, a black one on the right, or a left, a white one on the left, a black one on the right. And the problem with gambling is God and everything else stops at the door. If you believe in anything, a higher it doesn't matter. You can have a mass murderer, rapist go in there and win $1 million, or you can be the best person in the world and go out and then bust your ass. It's life. It's one of those things.
I just want to go there so I can annoy my wife with Vegas vacation quotes. And
yes. I
just seen that movie yesterday.
Some really weird ones.
You did the new one? Some. Oh, the Vegas Vacation. Oh, I love Vegas Vacation.
It's on Netflix right now. I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah. And Rusty kept winning the car. He kept winning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ethan Embry when he was.
All of them are good. Even the new one. Even the new one's good. Yeah. I enjoyed the new one too.
With Cousin Eddie.
What's that?
No, he's talking to the remake one. Well, the remake one.
Yeah, they didn't have. Yeah,
I didn't see that one yet. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing like the first one is the ultimate. I mean, then you got a European's great. The Christmas one is fantastic. You have everyone every year.
The new one. The new one was. They tried to. They did it more like.
It sucks.
Yeah.
What?
What's the guy who did Knocked Up and all that stuff, and Superbad? That director,
the dude who played from The Office.
But they added that type of more raunchy humor to it, where the other vacations.
There was a better Vacation sequel that the dude who played Rusty Griswold in the remake. I forget the name of the movie. It was with Jennifer Aniston, and they were on a road trip. That was a funny movie.
Oh,
he was like a pot dealer.
Meet the
I thought that was like a better vacation movie without being called Vacation and ripping it off. That
what was
it's like
that?
this dude's playing.
Something.
Meet the. Oh my god.
I can't think of their names either.
Yeah, but I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty entertaining movie. Plus
Jason
Jennifer Aniston,
I think, was in that one.
Yeah. I really hope. I mean, and it's not going to happen. But Chevy Chase is a bastard to try to get. The guy does not talk to anyone but family, or if he knows you. And I love him. If there's, you pick the top 5 people that you would ever want to have a sit down with. Unfortunately, a couple are dead. Like I would have loved to see John Candy and have a couple beers with John. Chevy Chase. I mean, I grew up with a lot of comedy and horror. I would love to sit down with Chevy Chase. Robert Englund, I'd love to sit down with him. I love to sit down with Cunningham. There's a lot of people that he's not my top 5, but like there's a lot of people, that you just have some questions for. I really was disappointed, John, that we didn't get to hang out with Tom Matthews. That was like my big. I mean, and Tom Morgan was so nice too. He's another one that's a super nice guy.
It was tough where I was because I had 100 things for Felissa Rose to sign, who was
I know you were
true class
all weekend.
Well, I mean, we were busy. I mean, for where my table was, it was hard to get away, and I had to make sure my mom on her scooter was safe and other people's tables were safe.
Yeah.
Make sure.
So funny. My mom did so well, and she's bragging. I haven't knocked over one table to Roy. And as soon as she said it, she got stuck on the table. Stuck on her. And she's stuck and be like, "Mom, don't move, because I got some stuff on there." Luckily, most of the breakable stuff wasn't off it, but she's pulling down the curtain and stuff's coming with her. And
it was not the backdrop.
She did so good, though. I was so proud of her. She's so bad at driving that thing.
Roy's another one, Tony. I love Roy. Roy is that like your number 2? Is that the guy? Like he's been doing
the event. Yeah, he's the event coordinator. He does all the graphics. He does the like the layouts and all that, placing, builds the room out.
Yeah,
and things like that. Yeah, he's
that guy. That guy's an asset because in my business, that guy would be like how I am in my business. You got to be brutal. You got to be by the books. And he was telling me secrets about it, Tony, that I won't repeat here, but. Yeah. He was telling me some real cutthroat thing about hotel and about hotels. If you book hotel, dude, he really went into it with me. And I was like blown away. Like, hey, the hotel will offer you this if you can pay. Oh, sure. But it's not one day. Like he told me about the one day is actually 2 days. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like you have to pay
room
for
nights. It. When you rent a room, if you rent a room for a weekend, you don't rent that room for 2 or 3 days. You rent it for one day, then you rent it for another day.
Yes.
For another day. They don't. It's not the way you think it is, and it's weird. It's just an industry.
It's an industry thing, and he was very knowledgeable. I had a great time talking with you and him. He was a really good guy. That's the type of guy that you need. I would in that type of in your business, Tony.
I'll pass on your sentiments for sure. He'll appreciate that. But Nick. Real quick, going back to John's mom, when he was at Fantasm last year, he had 2 booths. One was over here and one was on the other side of the room. And she would go back and forth and help. And she would his mom and father would run one booth mostly, and it was Mike and him at the other booth. And then she'd bump into something and stuff, and just like John says, I mean, she's sweet and everything like that. But I came up with the moniker for her of Maximum Overdrive. And
I love it.
Make her the Green Goblin head for the front of her scooter.
Why the hell haven't I heard about this, John?
Maximum.
I could have sworn I told you about it. I wanted to get something. I wanted to get her something. I want to deck out her scooter because she embraced it after. Like at first, she thought I was picking on her, and I love my mom. And the problem was that she's like coming through between tables, and I would have made some room for her, and she knocked over somebody with those Funko Pops. Luckily, nothing got damaged. I felt bad. I'm like, okay, how much am I going to pay in now? How much is this going to cost me? And she didn't mean to. She has the best intentions, but she was the fact that she's still driving and the way she was with her scooter is scary as hell.
We'll have to get Thomas, you're going to have to make a custom Maximum Overdrive sticker for John for the front of her scooter. And she would so put that on.
Yeah, maybe print out it with a cardboard printout, put the goblin on it, because she wound up embracing it when she finally got it. She's almost like a character like a celebrity in her own way at these
She's
events.
great, dude.
Because she
She's
goes
wonderful.
and she talks to everybody. She'll be, she made sure every person there, whether it was celebrity, because she don't really know the difference. And she's like, my son Johnny's over there. You got to go check out his table. So proud. And it's great as a son. Your mom's so proud of you. And
oh my God, she was great. She had us signing autographs. She's like, there's people like wanting John and I's autograph. We're like, what do you mean autograph? Like, you're in the wrong section. You want to?
They didn't want an autograph. My mom just told them they wanted an autograph, and they're just like, okay.
This woman will, and she doesn't stop there. Like how she is there is how she is at home. She's sweet. She's attentive. She wants everyone to be comfortable. You have a wonderful mom, John. She's amazing. And your father, I love Big John. I mean, John.
My dad's a cool dude. Me and my dad are probably, because of the horror stuff, have never been closer. Let me put it that way. Even when I play hockey and stuff, he loves the horror stuff, the animatronics and stuff. He'll sit there and the Pennywise. He's addicted to the Pennywise animatronic.
Well, you know what? Then you buy one for him. Buy him a new one for his birthday.
I'm actually gonna get him. Lonnie McCullum makes the Pennywise. He does the Freddy Krueger's I got coming. I'm gonna have him.
Beautiful stuff.
I'm gonna get him.
I've seen Lonnie's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got about 5 Freddys coming for the event, so you'll be seeing them there. He said
are you bringing one just for me?
I'm bringing 5. I'm bringing 5.
That doesn't answer.
Hey, for you, man, I'm going to take the price I pay and double it.
Yeah, I feel bad now. I got to get some stuff from Part 4 now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I would have had some stuff ready. I didn't know. Yeah,
it's my. And actually, me and Nick are
lots of stuff you can pull from for me. It doesn't have to be negative.
Let's see, Brian Wensloff, myself, Nick, and a few other people are going to be doing a panel too. That's I think that's how we wound up kind of meeting. And this is our first time really getting a chance to talk, Nick. So that's awesome. When I heard you were going to be on the panel with us, it's like, hell,
I think Brian invited me because they want to talk about society. So that would be fun.
Nice.
I want to talk Tremors, man. I love that movie.
We can talk Tremors. We can talk whatever.
Tremors was like, for me, Tremors. Right? Like I said, me and my friends would watch it. It was kind of, and I loved the 80s horror, but it got to the point where we needed something fresh, and Tremors was kind of that movie that
Kevin Bacon.
That was fresh.
Did you get to meet Kevin Bacon?
Man. The late great Fred Ward.
Yeah, Fred Ward, man. I liked Fred Ward's character. He was my favorite character in it. He was my favorite character.
Even pretty nice guys, and Fred is like one of the coolest. I'm so sad that he passed.
He was my favorite in that movie, even over Kevin Bacon, over the Bacon.
Yeah. Oh well,
I like both characters, but Fred
is super fucking cool.
He's an every guy. He's an every man. And
I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah. Well, Remo.
Remo Williams. Yeah.
Even in the Tremor sequel, I mean, I like the second movie. I think it's fun. It's different, but it's fun. But Fred he's a cool guy, genuine guy. He's a guy. You can tell.
I think there's like 8 of them movies now.
Yeah.
And Mr. Keaton.
Mr. Keaton.
What was you got any great stories about Fred Ward that you'd like to share? Like something that stands out with the guy that was like, I don't mean like a whole, but something that just stands out from working with him on Tremors?
No, not really.
No.
Well, there you go.
I didn't interface a whole lot with the cast.
Okay.
At all.
You were busy doing the
not
special
on that film. Yeah, not on that film.
Yeah. One of our favorites. Yeah. So you worked with them on other things then too.
No, like on that film, I really didn't interact with cast. On Society, I did interact with a lot of cast.
Okay.
It's different jobs and different roles and scenarios on each film. So
never got to talk to Kevin Bacon or nothing.
I met him, but that was about it. That was about the extent of it.
Yeah.
You had to cut foot loose.
I'm gonna have to.
What, Tony?
I'll make sure to tell him you said so.
Yeah, right.
He's a solid musician too.
He's really good guitarist.
Yes, he is.
He's a really good guitarist.
I gotta rewatch Society.
What about Society?
Sit in on your talk about it. For sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it too. It's been
It's
a long
fun. I
time.
have a great story about watching it with Lynn Lowry. That was really quite fun. I was on a kind of a little mini tour of the East Coast back there in 2021 last year, and we did several venues together, and one of them was a theater where I think they screened The Crazies. I want to say they did The Crazies, or it might have been I don't know. I think it was The Crazies, but we did that, and then we did Society, and she had never seen Society. She
Good one.
She from our agent, we share an agent, but she had gotten some gummies from the agent, and she was fucking lit sitting next to me in the theater ready to watch Society. She keeps leaning over going, is anybody gonna die in this movie? I'm like, just wait, it's a slow build. Mm-hmm. It's all worth it in the end. Yeah. And she kept asking me that like through the whole film until the shunting sequence. And then she's like, oh my God, this is awesome.
You could tell her, trust me, it all comes together at the end.
That's right.
She was so much fun though, because she's so sweet, and she's just so good.
Was it one of those experiences where not only the movie was fun, just her reaction to the whole thing?
It was like I've seen that movie 1,000 times, and I've never had so much fun watching it as with her.
That's great.
She was a blast.
I think that even like with me and my friends, a lot of the experiences that I had watching it was like when we'd have fun just watching a movie together, and certain friends and the reaction. And I think that's what made horror great too on top. When I think back, when you say a story like that.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, for me, it's like I've seen them a million times. I don't necessarily need to see them again, but it's fun. It's fun to see them with fans. It's fun to see, like we popped in at the end of a Night of the Demons screening, myself, Linnea and Amelia Kincaid last year in Tennessee, at a theater there. They screened Night of the Demons, and it was just so fun to hang out and talk to fans. And it's just cool, man. I love
different perspectives too.
Love the horror community.
So
that's got to be cool though. Seeing somebody's
charge this phone up and take some time and rest for a little bit. I got work tomorrow early. So it was nice seeing you guys, Nick, Tony.
Take care, man.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, man. Yeah.
And have fun, and we'll see you guys in the flip.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. Yeah, man. Let me know.
All right, brothers. Stay safe.
Peace
Have
out.
a good night.
Well, Nick, when you were talking about seeing it with other people, when you work on it, you remember all the stuff about working on it.
Oh God, yeah.
You don't see
some of it's like people, nightmares coming back too.
Yeah. The people, when you watch a film with somebody else and they don't know that, you can enjoy it because they're enjoying it. You
Absolutely.
Don't have to worry about the, oh my God, I remember when that effect didn't work, or we got hurt doing it, or it didn't, it cost too much to do it right. And that you can go, okay, it was worth it.
Oh no, I'll tell you, like doing conventions in the first place, like I had no fucking idea. I mean, I'm a grandfather now. I have 2 grandkids, and I until like 2016, I had no clue. And then, I started talking to people. I had a couple books, being written. There was one I was in for The Howling, and and there was that. And then like I started doing podcasts back then. They were early in the podcast days. And I did this one live, kind of like this one, only it was audio only. And there was some guy in fucking Sweden that was up at like 4 a.m. to talk to me and ask me 3 questions. And it blew me away that someone wanted to know those things and talk to me. I had no concept of how that was, and it just really blew me away that these things were still relevant to people, that all of this work that I had done, I thought people forgot about it, and nobody forgot about it.
Right.
There's a big community that really appreciates it, and I just had no idea. And talking to more and more fans and doing more and more things like this, I love it. I love talking to fans. I love when people ask me questions. I love, I just love this community because most of the people that I find in it are very real.
Right.
Yeah.
I think horror right now is as popular as it was in the 80s in a sense. It really had its time down, but now, I mean, the
it seems
fanatics,
to be
the
getting
fans
strong,
are just,
doesn't it?
oh, big time, man. I mean, it's insane, and I love it. I personally love it.
Yeah.
And I love seeing people I haven't seen in years, like Beatrice Buckley coming back, and seeing people like PJ Souls and Sandy Johnson and all these different people, and seeing them at events and interacting with fans. You can
PJ
list
is so
everybody.
much fun.
Well, the
PJ
indie
so
scene's
much
getting
fun.
huge too.
Yeah, Felissa
not
Rose
just-
and a lot of them, Daniel Harris, they're all like, and I love seeing all of them. And some of these films are fun, you know, just like 80s horror. Horror's always been indie in a sense. That's the best horror, in my opinion. When it's down dirty with the practical effects, if it has the right script, there's definitely a lot of potential. And I don't want Hollywood being too much hands-on with it. I like creators and people that are fans, and people like Nick Benson who love doing those practical effects and making them come to life on screen. And I think it's making a big comeback.
Thanks to guys like you, it's like that's what ignites the fire in me. You know, that's what makes me want to do it. Because
look at that room.
All of that time, I spent so much time, and then I spent a lot of time out of the industry too. And you know, I can't tell you how much I love talking to fans like you guys, even because that's the kind of stuff that tells me, first of all, what's wrong with the industry, what happened to it, you know, and a lot of the cries for, hey, we want more practical, we don't like all this CG that looks like crap or whatever. You know, I'm not saying CG is a bad thing, but it's a tool to be used in a proper way, and a lot of times it gets abused. So, you know, I hear that a lot from fans, and that's what ignited my meeting the gentleman that wrote Campfire. He's my writer now. So like Campfire is like an anthology film that I've been working on for 2 years. And, you know, Phobia is the same thing. It's like Lynn Lowry came to when we were doing that little tour with Lynn. We just had lots of downtime to talk and, you know, and talk about projects and shit like that. And she's like, hey, I want to do something like this. And just kind of shoved it in front of me. And I said, well, would you be opposed to letting me direct it? And that's where Phobia came from. That's the poster right behind me here.
Okay, yeah. I kept listening. You were pointing to it. I think now the screen's open. I see it now.
I couldn't see it before neither.
It's not well lit, but
no, but I see it now.
Yeah,
so don't give you great shots.
I'm excited because I know, like, I've spent so much time over the last 2 years, especially talking to people at these conventions, finding out what they want to see and really taking it to heart and putting it into these projects. So I'm really excited to get these things going and you know, put them out there for you guys.
As a fan, I love hearing that from somebody like you, you know, a big horror fan who's done all these projects and is reinvigorated and remotivated to get back to doing the practical effects and bringing it to a fan, and conventions like Fantasm that Anthony's putting on. And you're what you're saying right now is exciting to me. I'm doing this. I know I'm listening to the fans, and I think I got something I can put together. And the fans inspired me to add these things and these elements that have been missing in films, and ready to put it together in an anthology on top of that.
Let's face it, like I've been to conventions. I won't mention any names, but I've been to conventions where I've seen talent, whether it be effects people or you know, actors or whatever, that don't act like they want to be there. Unfortunately, I've seen that, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that, because for me, without all of those fans, without all of you guys, where the fuck would I be? I'd be nowhere. You guys all appreciated my work then, and you inspired me to do something now. So for me, it means everything.
I'm glad to see that you're going to be putting out. What should we expect this stuff? Is there how are you planning on doing this project? Is it going to be a crowdfunded project, or is it going to be?
No, I've been, well, last year I beat the shit out of myself trying to get funding by the end of the year last year, and then I had for Campfire, I had 3 investors with my my investment group here. That's the guy that puts my packages together, and we shove everything in front of a bunch of investors. We had 3 investors, but when Russia invaded Ukraine, I went after non-traditional funding, people that aren't in the film industry, because I had access to that, and those guys are sometimes easier to convince than a traditional funding, where they're like, oh, well, we don't want to give you, we don't want to give you $2 million because we've never seen you make a $2 million movie. Yes, right. You have all these movies under your belt, but you've never directed it, or you've never, you know what I mean? There's always something. So it was interesting because we thought we had everything we needed for Campfire. And then when Russia invaded, they got nervous because the fucking, the market was going to crash, and it's still shaky with inflation and everything. So those investors kind of just backed away. So that's kind of on hold. It's not that it's going away. It's not going away because it's a really strong film, and it's a great anthology, and it's going to scare the shit out of you. We have 7 great stories in that thing, and it will also, if we can get the right investors, it will also spin off into 2 series. Awesome. Now Phobia, like, we left the end of it open. I don't know what'll happen with that. I just know that script is super fucking strong, and it's one of those movies, and it's because I was so emphatic about making sure if I'm going to direct this, that I want to be remembered. So it was one of those things where I had a lot of input into the story, and I said, I started out with one writer who was a really good friend of mine, Eric Christopher Myers. I don't know if you guys know of him, but
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he took his own life last year, and I lost him. So that was a really hard thing for me personally, because he was a friend, and I had to kind of circle back and back up, take everything, strip everything back down, and start over. And that really was hard. But now more than ever, it was like I kind of got this reinvigoration with Eric's death to really make it something he would be proud of. So I got with my writer John, and I said, John, this is what we're going to do. I want you to take this story structure, and I want you to create something new.
Is it gonna keep any of your?
I think he might have froze.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Because he was getting ready to say something so cool. And
I know.
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
I thought he was done.
Where'd you lose me?
Yeah, your friend rewrote it into something.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So my friend passed away, and then we stripped everything back and started over. And so we hashed through a script over the course of, I think, 3 months, I want to say, is what we did it in, because we really, I had, when I had the accident, I had a lot of time where I was just, I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. So I had a lot of downtime. So we just really pushed and got this thing done. And I've sent it to a few people, and it disturbs me. I love it. What's cool about it is it's not just a horror story that's, about kills. You're going to connect with these characters. You're going to feel what happens with these people. And by the end of it, you're going to walk out of the theater scratching your head going, holy fucking shit. Because I did that just reading the script, and I didn't want to talk to anybody for a couple of days. It fucked me up.
Well, that's the thing. If you're that close to it and it affects you that much, you're that close to the process, and it affects you that much, then it's definitely got to be something that's.
Yeah, it really did. And it bothered me for a couple of days. And I thought, okay, this is going to be important. So I really feel strongly about it. I don't need a lot of money to do that one either. It's not like Campfire. Campfire is a pretty much larger budget. But Phobia's good. Lynn loves it. Everybody I've given it to absolutely loves it.
Just the fact that you said character and development of characters, and that's something that means a lot to me when I'm that locks me into a movie. If you can really find attachment, like you said, to each character and the loss of them or something that impacts you as a fan or even as a writer, and you bring that, it changes the whole movie. When it's just cannon fodder, you don't really care about the characters, and that's a lot of movies now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That can be fun too, but still,
it can be fun. But
it is. But I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying that seems to be the general consensus of talking to fans is they're like, well, it's cool because there's all these great kills, but I don't seem to care about these people dying.
You're almost rooting for the slasher, which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Fine because there's lots of that. But what we're lacking is the stuff where the stories, like, I mean, in the 80s, there was, whether or not, like, even Freddy, let's use Freddy as an example. Like, he's a killer you fucking rooted for. But let's face it, like the Dream Warriors and like Nightmare 3, at least I know with Nightmare 3 and 4, like, you gave a shit about these people. They were all people you identified with.
Yep.
You had kind of a connection with one or two of them. And then they died and you're like, God damn it.
Yep.
I love Freddy, but fuck, like those are the kinds of things that, and I wanted to go a little deeper into that because I could have gone with this particular script in Phobia. I could have gone like more toward the funny campy side, but I decided to really go hard, deep into one, relevant issues, and two, like the shit that's happening in the world, like shit, it's all kind of ties into the story. So I can't say too much without giving it away, but I mean, it's a strong story.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I mean, just what how passionate you are about talking about it. I can't wait to see it on screen, man.
I wish to God I could share it with everybody right now, but I love it, and to have, like, I literally just got the feedback from Mick Strawn on it, and he just loves it, and he doesn't love anything. so it was great to have him.
You can tell us, we won't tell nobody.
For like a week, he's like, the script is so good. I'm like, he's like, but that one scene, and I'm like, don't worry, we're not going to shoot it like too crazy. We're just going to imply some things and do some. And then when I explained how I wanted to do all the camera angles and stuff and the way I wanted to shoot it, he was like, dude, this thing's fucked up, but it's going to be so good.
do it in a way where you get to keep the integrity of what you want it to be without any kind of cuts or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and I was really nervous about it for a long time because being something that and who knows, it may not be, because Tim Elkin wants me to direct some of his films too, but if I can direct this first, I really originally I was like, well, I'm going to be nervous because it will either be my debut and the end of my career, or but that's why I leaned so hard into the story.
Awesome, sounds good. Can't wait. And you've hooked us all without telling us shit about it.
I know. I'm excited.
I need to see a good movie. I haven't seen a good movie in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's
been a while since I've seen anything that wowed me.
Yeah, it's an exciting script, and there's lots more stuff coming, man. I'm excited to share all of it with you guys.
Would you say you're almost at the busiest time that you've ever been in your career, in a sense? You've always been a busy guy with the music and everything, but sounds like you got so many projects that you'd love to develop that are really interesting. And
I do. What's funny is like, well, House in the Pines is coming because that's Showtown American picked that up, and they've been promoting it. So I'm going to be working on House in the Pines, and Mick Strawn is directing that one. And then there's another one we just sat in a meeting with the guys at Subsoil. I don't know how much I can say about that one right now. That one's going to be more fun. Lots of kills in that. Very interesting story. We're working on kind of tweaking the story a little bit right now. That's going to shoot this year.
Pretty gory or bloody?
Yeah, lots of it. I'm just not sure how much I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
I'd have to have Tim.
Well, we don't want you to get in trouble for sure.
No.
Say what it is or not. That one's pretty exciting.
Exclusive.
I got sued for being on there.
Nah. But yeah, so I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to get these things going because I like I said, I love doing shows like Phantasm, and I can't wait to bring the new stuff to those shows. I really can't. It's going to be fun.
We're glad to have you. When you get trailers and stuff cut, you have to submit them into.
Yeah, I actually do have. I have a little like stupid little teaser trailer for Phobia. We have, I think, one teaser for Campfire done already. I'll have to share those with you guys.
That'd be awesome, man.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, you can shock reel. That's at Phantasm. We'd be happy to show them if they're ready. If you're able to put them out, you can get with Shelly. I can give you her contact info, and you can set it up.
Nice.
Well, we're looking forward to having you, Nick. You and Doom Castle and everybody else that's coming out. Beatrice.
Yeah, Mark's got some special merch too that he's having made, like these limited edition posters. They're fucking amazing. Let me see if I can show them to you. I got a picture on my phone. I might be able to show you here. Hold on. They're going to be 11 by 17s. I just actually probably tomorrow or Tuesday I'll be putting up. I just hand painted a skateboard deck, a 70s style skateboard deck.
A Garbage Pail Queen, that's for you. She's a skateboard. She's an entertaining character, I'll tell you. I had her on my show before, and she's full of energy. She was such a fun. She's a huge horror fan too. Elvira fanatic, skateboarder. She's one of the coolest. She's one of the coolest people I had on. I definitely got to get her on again.
If we can get you guys to see that. I don't know how good you can see that.
Yeah, ready?
Oh wow,
awesome! 11 by 17. The dog's in there. Kincaid's in there.
Oh, sweet!
Freddy coming out of hell in the junkyard.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So that's the limited poster he's going to be releasing at the show. I'll be there to sign those.
Oh yeah, you'll be signing them up.
Yeah. So there's lots of other stuff too that I think he's bringing. He's shared a few things with me. I just don't know how many of them I'm allowed to say. We'll have gloves there. I know we'll have Nightmare on Elm Street 4 replica gloves. He's got all kinds of great shit. So
the glove market's gotten crazy. There's some really nice things.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah,
it really has.
Yeah, I haven't fallen into that. I didn't buy. I thought about that a long time ago, but
they're insane. They're insane.
The Jason mask market and the glove market. There's already enough guys. I know 5 or 6 guys making Jason masks and the gloves, and I thought about it, but I'll let them do it.
Yeah, there's enough of them now, I think. Plus,
I've been doing a lot of my own different things, and I have a lot of other plans actually coming. So, but yeah,
right. Ours are the Trick or Treat Studios ones. I think is the ones he's selling. So,
yeah, they've been coming up with a lot of good stuff. They're starting to get more pricier than they used to be, but I can understand because of copyright reasons and and licensing. But
licensing and the quality of their product is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I actually bought the Michael Myers 1/6 figure. I actually bought from them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the figures cost more than
I got the 1/4 one. I got 2 of them.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah. John's looking he's looking for a glove. Actually, I saw.
Yeah. Possibly, I most likely need one. That's for sure. Can't spoil.
I have a few ideas if you can't get one. Yeah. But I'm sure there's many people that can get them though. But
yeah, we'll definitely talk off screen. I got to keep in contact with Nick Benson. Tony, I unfortunately got to keep in contact with. We become friends and whatnot. Tony's great, but we're kicking at almost 2 hours, and
I know, yeah.
Yeah, this is why it's going by fast.
Had some nice guests pop in.
Yeah, I know. What a surprise! Nick was in the group chat because we're doing that panel, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna pop in." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Nick Benson."
Right. I didn't know Nick.
Is there 2 Nicks in here? He wants to come on? Hey, hell yeah! So I appreciate Nick coming in. Tony, it's always a pleasure sitting down and hanging out with you, and Thomas Bruce, man, you keep killing it with all this stuff, dude. I mean, you're coming up with some really, really cool.
Yeah.
I got more and more I've been working on. I have lots of stuff coming. Like I said, this shirt, I actually made this.
Is that the one you made? That's great. Yeah, you've got the color down.
Here, I'll show you here. Seeing as we have time here, I made this today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Thomas has been great since the day I met him. I met him probably only like 2-3 months ago. We talk all the time, and the stuff that we'll talk about, and that he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool," and these ideas he's putting together and doing.
I can tell you right now, I definitely want to talk to you after this. I want to talk to you about some merch, and I know Lisa. Lisa Wilcox will too.
The videotape with all the stuff in it, that the presentation of that is so cool. It's so top notch, and
it's fantastic.
It just kept coming up with things. It was just one thing after another, something new, and I couldn't think of anything. And I have more ideas than I can keep up. I can't do all my ideas. I wish I could do them all at the same time. There's just so much. But yeah,
awesome stuff, man. Awesome.
Well, that reminds me of those, like the different franchises now have those boxes where they're like $30 and they keep sending you, and they got a shirt in it or a poster or something.
Oh,
that's what that reminds me of.
That is true, yeah. The retro systems have that.
What are they called? They're called something specific. But yeah, Lord of the Rings did it, and Harry Potter's done it, and Walking Dead's done it.
It's definitely unique merch.
That's awesome.
It's definitely unique and always coming up with new stuff, and it's been a lot of fun, like dealing with you, Thomas, and I'm honored that you came on the show.
I appreciate it. It's good meeting everybody. Yeah.
Like I
said, putting a face to the messages.
Yeah.
We've been talking back and forth about the product and stuff. So it's good meeting you.
This here is coming here to you, so the big one.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Got about 50 or so of these. I threw some other stuff in there too. So
cool. Appreciate it, man.
No, you're welcome. Oh yeah.
Yeah, great night. Actually, Nick, if you're around in a few weeks, I'm gonna have that Lonnie McCullum on in a couple of weeks. He's gonna be on a Sunday. So if you want to come on too for that one, Tony, I'm sure he'll be there if he's around. And
just
we'll
hit me up. I'm gonna be at Houston Horror in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
But I might be able to. You never know. I might be able to pop in.
All right, sounds fantastic, man. Guys, thanks a lot. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys being here. It was a lot of fun, and we'll be doing this again next Sunday. Phantasm, the road to Phantasm. Long road to Phantasm.
Thomas, nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy.
Take care, guys. Take it easy.
All right.